So basically we started our trip in Bangalore and flew up to Bagdogra, from where we actually took a cab taking us about 3 hours all the way to this mountain city called Darjeeling in the Himalayas.
And the cab ride was already beautiful, like the scenery we saw was amazing.
Kerala has the best looking guys in all of India, and I think that should be noted for everyone.
What was the brief itinerary for your Varanasi trip?
So for me, I thought it would be really interesting to see the cremation ceremony on the Ganga River. So that was kind of like the main attraction for me. I thought that would be something that I wouldn't be able to see anywhere else and something cool to experience. So that's what kind of last minute made me decide to want to go.
Yeah, it's similar. I'd also heard that walking along the river with the stairs was really beautiful, great scenery, so wanted to go for that reason as well.
The water village was very nice. I think that was the highlight.
Yeah, I also really liked the water village actually. There are a lot of really pretty birds. There's some kingfishers flying around.
Yeah.
Those were really cool.
We visited a tea plantation. Darjeeling is a world famous tea region, so we said we have to go to a tea plantation, which was beautiful and very, very interesting because we learned how tea is actually produced, which we didn't know about. So yeah.
I think you think you know what something is going to look like, but once you actually see it in person, it's just like a completely different feeling. So I think that exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
And we went to Kochi, we went to Fort Kochi, went to the beach.
Wait, was it a fort or a port?
It was called Fort,
Yeah, but
there wasn't a fort. There's no fort. There were like the fishing nets.
Chinese fishing nets.
Yeah.
And then there was a sign that said no swimming, but then everyone was swimming.
Yes, and another really amazing thing was taking the toy train, which is really famous for the Himalayan region. And basically you can go all the way from like above the sea level of 50 meters to 2000 something, all the way to Darjeeling. And it's really famous because there are only 4 toy trains like this in India, with like a really narrow basically track. And it crosses the streets up there, and you have fascinating views. You go across the streets, and yeah, it's just really amazing to go with this old steam train, which is, I don't even know, a few hundred years old probably, through the mountains.
Yeah, the environment was very nice, like palm trees everywhere, coconut trees. And it was nice that all of us were living in a huge boat, so we could like interact with each other all the time.
Yeah. They also gave us food, which was nice. They had a chef on the boat.
The gods. Probably.
Just definitely like walk along the stairs during the afternoon or the morning. We also took a sunrise boat tour, and it was really interesting to see the city as it's like waking up, and it's really quiet. It's very beautiful.
I really like the backwaters because it was really nice, and you can buy ice cream.
I think for me the biggest thing was, I don't know, when we were there and when we were witnessing what we were witnessing, it wasn't necessarily processing for me. So at the moment I knew it was like something that I would look back on and think like, wow, I actually saw that, or saw the cremation process. And I'm not a very religious person, but I am fairly spiritual, so I did provoke a little bit of emotion for me, just like the whole like idea behind it and seeing it and actually being there was nice.
I think it's definitely a very moving place to be, even if you aren't spiritual or religious, just to observe